Hi Alim, hi Ashutosh. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we'll wait. Nageshwar, one more. Yeah. So I'm sharing my screen. Performance optimization means performance issues. Performance issues means suppose let's consider Alim. Alim is the one of the developer or myself Shaker. Shaker is the one of the developer in the project. When I was working in the database, in the tables we have a very less data, like thousands of records initially. When you set up when you set up your database design, when you set up your database, at that time data is very less, and then according to the requirement I have implemented a complex SQL code. Okay, so at that time whenever I developed the SQL code, it is executing in a fraction of seconds and then returning the data. Whenever the business grows, whenever the years passed, whenever the data is growing in your database, whenever the data is growing in your database, due to the some XYZ reason, your SQL server code, whatever you have implemented the complex SQL code, it is taking too much of time to execute and then return the data. That is called as a performance issue. Suppose let's consider I am a user. I am working in the IRCTC, and I am retrieving a trains related data, but unfortunately, it is not giving the on the fly data. It is not giving the fraction of. It is not giving the results in a immediately. It is taking 5 minutes or 10 minutes. That is called a performance issue. So SQL Server has a capability to improve the performance of your SQL code or SQL objects. Whatever it is taking a 10 minutes or 5 minutes or 20 minutes, SQL Server has the mechanism. SQL Server has the great features to resolve the issues and then make it to execute within a fraction of seconds again. Earlier, it was taking a 10 minutes to return the data. By using a SQL Server optimization features, you can able to resolve the issues and then you can able to see the results within a fraction of seconds, even though you have a millions of records in your tables, even though you have a 10,000 lines of your SQL code. By using a SQL Server mechanisms, by using a SQL Server features, you can able to improve performance improvement and see the results within a fraction of seconds. That is a capability of Microsoft SQL Server. We are going to see all these things, performance optimization. Next, you have a great feature that is business intelligence and then analysis. What is the business intelligence, guys? What is the business intelligence?
Analysis of data.
Business intelligence combining C. You can able to load the data from the different systems, and you can analyze the data. You can analyze the data in a different reports. That is a business intelligence. Suppose let's consider your business is executing in a different part of the world, different region of the world, and Asian continent is storing a data in one format. Europe continent is storing a data in one format, and other part of the world is storing a data in a other format. So by using a business intelligence concepts, we can able to collect the entire data and apply some transformations and then load the data into the SQL server. Once the data is loaded into the SQL server, you have a capability to generate the reports based on the requirements. Suppose let's consider you have an Amazon business. Amazon senior leadership, they wanted to do the analysis on top of the business data, and then they want to generate the reports on top of a SQL server. So what are the new customers are added in 2024? What was the revenue generated in 2023? So those things can be achieved by using a business intelligence concepts in the Microsoft SQL Server. It has a very good features: SSIS, SSRS, SSAS. So these are the business intelligence tools in the Microsoft SQL Server. SSIS, SQL Server Integration Service, that is an ETL tool. SSRS, SQL Server Reporting Service, that is a reporting tool. SSAS, SQL Server Analysis Service, that is a data warehouse concepts in the SQL Server. So these are the business intelligence tools incorporated with the Microsoft SQL Server. So that is advantage of the SQL Server, integration of the Microsoft ecosystems. Apart from this business intelligence things, you can also work with the SharePoint and then Power BI. You can also SQL Server can be able to work with the SharePoint and then Power BI. Power BI is the reporting tool. SharePoint is the one of the application. You can work with the Microsoft product Azure. You can work with the SharePoint. You can work with the Power BI. It is going to support to work with all these things. Data warehousing, as one of your friend mentioned that using a SQL server, you can able to design the data warehousing. Especially, see, we have a different two OLTP systems and then OLAP systems. OLAP system is the we are going to discuss what is the meaning of OLTP, what is the meaning of OLAP in next session. So OLTP is whatever we are going to use the production database. OLAP is for the data warehouse. What is the abbreviation for OLTP and then OLAP, guys? Any idea?
Online transaction processing.
Online?
Transaction processing.
What about OLAP?
Online
Analysis.
Yes.
Analytical processing. Yes.
OLTP is a online transactional processing system. OLAP is the analytical system. OLTP is for the your production database, and OLAP is for the your data warehouse. We'll discuss what is the difference between the production database and then data warehouse. Can you tell me, guys, what is the difference between the production database and then OLTP system and then OLAP system? OLTP system is a transactional database where you are going to store the live data. Suppose you are going to the Apollo pharmacy, you are purchasing some product, and then that Apollo pharmacy people store the data. That live transactions are going to store in a OLTP system in a normalization form. Nothing but a data is going to split into the multiple tables. So that is the normalization form. Data warehouse, OLTP system, data warehouse is, and OLTP system is having a less data. That is suitable for the to store the 1 year data, maximum 2 years data. That's it. And OLTP is meant for especially for the data warehouse to store the robust use data that will be in the denormalization. Nothing but a in a data warehouse will not be having a more tables. Maximum number of columns will be stored in a less number of tables. In OLTP system, the data is going to store in a normalization form. That is nothing but in a many tables. In a data warehouse, we are going to store a huge data, multiple years data, and then data is going to store in a denormalization form, which is specifically useful for the analytical purpose and then generating the report purpose. So your SQL server has a capability to handle the data warehousing also. So that is one of the feature. Cloud integration. This SQL server can also integrate with the different cloud, like you can able to access your on-prem SQL server with your Azure SQL. Like that, you can able to integrate with the cloud integration. What is the scalability? SQL Server can scale from small application to large enterprise systems. That is what it supports the large databases, multiple CPUs, large amount of memory to handle the significant workloads. Suppose you have a business and you have a small business and you have a very large business. For the small business also, you can able to use your SQL Server. For the large business also, you can able to use for the SQL Server, but the configuration will be different. For the small business, you can able to configure or you can able to install with the small configurations. For the large business, you can able to configure, you can able to install with the very high configuration. That is the meaning of configurations. Next, developers tools. So this is the one of the core tool in the SQL Server, that is SSMS, SQL Server Management Studio, where you are going to interact with the SQL Server and then work with the SQL Server. That is the developers tool. So this is all about the theoretical, just introduction about the SQL Server, guys. What is the meaning of SQL Server? What is the history of the SQL Server? What are the features of the SQL Server? Just this is the theoretical discussion. Tomorrow, what we will do? Just try to digest all these things. Tomorrow, we will start to discussion about the database architecture. whenever you load the data into the SQL server, how the data is going to store in a database, how many files will be generated, on what basis all those files will be generated, even the internals, how the data is going to store. So we will see in tomorrow's session. That is database architecture. Now tell me, guys, do you have any questions or any queries out of today's discussion? Alim, Ashutosh, Nageshwara, Sai Madhu.
No, sir. Nothing.
Actually, sir, can you please repeat this last point?
Which one?
Last point, sir.
Last one, developer tool.
ये सर एक मिनट स्लाइडिंग थोड़ा
Which one?
हाँ स्केलेबिलिटी सर स्केलेबिलिटी
10th one,
no sir 9.
He asking about scalability.
Scalability. See, scalability. See, SQL Server has the capability or comfortable to work with the different levels of business. Suppose let's consider you are dealing with a small business. For your small business also, you can able to work with the SQL Server. You have a robust business, Amazon kind of things. Then you can also use SQL Server for such a great large scale of business. That is a comfortable they have provided. This is not stick to the no. You have to use the SQL Server for this many customers or this much of data, and you need to use only for this much of these things. There is no restriction on that. That is the meaning of scalability. If you have a small scale business, if you have small kind business, if you have a large scale business, how much data you are going to store into the database, that is doesn't matter. According to the your business requirement, according to the your comfortable, you can use, and then you can configure the SQL Server and then start using your SQL Server. That is the meaning of scalability. Clear, Ashutosh?
yes sir
Any other questions, guys?
Why is SQL Server special for other than database?
Good question. SQL Server has a, that is what, see, SQL Server has a incorporated with the business intelligence application tools. If you buy a SQL Server, along with your SQL Server, you will get the business intelligence tools also. SSIS, SSRS, SSAS. These are bundle. The SQL Server software is a bundle of SQL Server and then the business intelligence tools. And second thing is, it is comparing to the other products. The revenue related cost is little bit low, and then this SQL Server is very much compatible with the .NET applications, because the front end is the .NET application and then back end is the SQL Server database. Both are from the Microsoft product. Suppose if you are working with the Java application, then you need to work with the Oracle database. That is, Oracle is a different, Java is a different. If you are working with the Microsoft database, then Microsoft is also from the database is also from the Microsoft, and then .NET is also from the Microsoft. These front-end application and then back-end database both are very much compatible, and then comparing to the cost is also very low. So that in the current market, these two .NET application and then Microsoft SQL Server database combination is successful combination. Second thing, and this SQL Server is very much user friendly. You can use like anything. You can work like anything. There are no, suppose even I have experience with the Teradata. I have experience with the Oracle. So you need to do the lot many things work with the SQL, other DBMS. But SQL Server is a very much user friendly, and this is a GUI interface, graphical user interface. You can write a SQL code like anything. You can create the objects like anything. So those are the different advantages we have at source. Fine.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. Any other questions?
So what is the difference between SQL, SAP, and Oracle?
SQL and Oracle.
Oracle and SAP.
Oracle and SAP.
Yeah.
See, Oracle is the RDBMS. In SAP, we have a lot many tools, right, Alim? SAP, we have a lot many tools. Which one you are comparing? See, in Microsoft, you have a .NET, you have a Power BI, you have a .NET, you have Azure, etc. Like that in SAP, you have a lot many things. But in Oracle, you have Oracle RDBMS database. Question is not relevant, Alim.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I thought
Actually,
global products.
in SAP, we have a SAP HANA. SAP HANA, that is a data warehouse tool in the SAP. That is a data warehouse tool. SAP HANA is a data warehouse tool in the SAP. But Oracle is the RDBMS software. That's what I told you, OLTP. Oracle is a OLTP. SAP HANA is a OLAP. That is data warehouse. Okay?
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, sir.
Yeah, can you explain about what is the future of SQL Server? What is the market?
Yeah, what is the future? Actually, yesterday, have you gone through the previous recording? That's fine. See, what is the future of SQL Server? What I can say, if you are comfortable on the SQL Server, all the concepts, that is nothing but whatever we are going to discuss in our regular sessions. As a database developer, for the database developer, whatever we require, I am going to teach you end to end. Once you learn all the concepts and comfortable with all the concepts, you can able to build the logic for the requirement. Then easily, if you mention the 3 to 4 years of experience, you have a lot of calls in the market, and you can able to get the job easily with the 3 to 4 years of experience, because market is looking for the mid-level experienced people. They don't want with the high budget people. They don't want with the very low experience like 1 or 2 years. If you mention the 3 to 4 years experience, I can say we have a lot of opportunities in the market, and then you will minimum. If you mention the 3 to 4 years of experience, easily as a kickstart you will get the minimum 7 to 8 lakhs package. With the 3 to 4 years of experience on SQL Server, guys. But I can say yes, till if you meant 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, we have a lot many opportunities in the market only with the SQL Server, not with the any other business strategy. If you pukka with the SQL Server concepts, then that is more than enough. That is whatever we are going to discuss in our regular session. If you are really follow all those things, if you really practice very well, then that is more than enough. Then I am going to provide end-to-end solutions, end-to-end effectives, everything. Only thing is you need to do the practice. You need to stick to the subject. If you comfortable with the technology, then I will help you to prepare the resume also, professional resume. I will share the sample resume also. Once you prepare the resume, you start giving the interview. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 interview may be failed. 6th one, obviously you will click from the market. You will be success in the market. That is what I can say.
Yeah, thank you.
Actually, yesterday one session happened. 1 second. I am going to give the link in this. 1 second. In this chat box, so that you can go through. You can go through all those. You can go through that yesterday's session, so that you will understand what is the subject I am going to cover. What is the syllabus I am going to cover. Have you got? Yeah. So these are the 2 links yesterday we have covered. You can go through that. There you will get the what is the course syllabus, and then what are the other details I have provided. Everything you will get from that video. Any other questions? If no questions, then we can close the session, and then we will meet by tomorrow, same time, 9 p.m. Alim,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Ashu,
yeah, good.
Nageswara, Sai Madhu.
Yes, good. I am good.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Sure,
chalo,
sir.
chalo guys, we will meet by tomorrow. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Okay, bye.
Thank you, sir.
Good night.
Good night.